Welcome, dear listener. Tonight, we embark on a journey into the most silent, the most invisible, and perhaps the most magical of all the worlds that reach us. We are not going to look at anything. We are not going to listen for anything new. Tonight, we are going to pay attention to the sense we most often forget. It's a sense that works in the background of our lives, weaving tapestries of memory and emotion from the very air we breathe. Tonight, we explore the world of smell. This is a story about molecules, tiny, weightless messengers that break off from the world, from a baking loaf, from a rain-drenched pine, from the pages of an old book, from the skin of a loved one, and travel on currents of air to find you. They are the world's quietest letters, sent directly to the oldest part of your mind. This story is also about time machines. For smell is the only sense that bypasses the rational gatekeepers of your brain and arrives, fully formed, as a feeling. A scent can, in an instant, collapse decades. It can return you to a grandmother's kitchen, a childhood bedroom, a first love's embrace, with a vividness that sight or sound can rarely match. And so, this is ultimately a story about home, about the invisible signatures of safety, of comfort, of peace that we carry within us, and how we can learn to breathe them in, consciously, as a lullaby for the soul. So, as you settle into your bed, let us begin by noticing the scent of your own sanctuary. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, not to fill your lungs, but to truly taste the air. Pause. What do you detect? The clean, faintly starched scent of your pillowcase, the soft, neutral smell of well-washed cotton, the distant, woody aroma of furniture, the unique, warm, lived-in scent that is simply your own room, your own nest. There is no right answer. There is only noticing. This is your baseline, your olfactory home. Now, breathe out softly through your mouth, releasing any judgment, any need to name the scents. Just let them be. With your next breath in, imagine you are not just breathing air, but drinking a very delicate, clear tea made of tranquility. The air itself is the solvent, and dissolved in it are minute essences of peace. Breathe out and feel yourself becoming quieter, more receptive, like a still pool, ready to receive the faintest ripple. We are preparing to listen with our noses, to see with an invisible sense, to remember with our whole bodies. You are safe. You are still. And an entire secret world of gentle communication is about to reveal itself to you. Let us begin at the beginning, with the first breath ever taken. Our story begins not with a nose, but in a primeval scene over 3 billion years ago. The earliest single-celled organisms did not have eyes, ears, or a brain, but they had a need to navigate their chemical environment and to find nutrients, to avoid toxins, to sense the world around them in the most fundamental way by detecting molecules. This is chemoreception, the original sense, the ancestor of both taste and smell. Is life's most basic conversation with the universe. Is this molecule friend or foe, food or poison? As life evolved, grew more complex, and crawled onto land, this chemical scent, specialized taste, became a close-range sense for things in the mouth: sweet, energy-rich, salty electrolytes, sour, possibly spoiled, bitter, often toxic. Smell became a long-range scout, could detect the promise of food on the wind, the warning of a predator's presence, the enticing signal of a potential mate from miles away. The nose evolved as a forward-facing laboratory, sampling the air constantly, a silent sentinel for survival. In mammals, this sense reached its zenith. For a mouse or a dog, the world is primarily a landscape of odors. They see and smell every creature, every object. Every event leaves a unique chemical signature and olfactory fingerprint that can tell a story of what passed by, what it ate, where it's going, and what it intends. This is a world we humans have largely forgotten how to read, though our hardware is still remarkably sophisticated. And what is this hardware? Let us take a gentle, imaginary journey up your own nose. Picture a small, postage stamp-sized patch of tissue high in the nasal cavity, called the olfactory epithelium. It is a moist, sticky membrane, yellow-brown in color. Embedded in this membrane are millions of specialized olfactory sensory neurons. Each of these neurons has, at its tip, hair-like cilia that dangle into the mucus layer, waiting. Now, imagine a molecule, the lemon molecule from the peel of an orange. It is a tiny, volatile thing, shaken loose by your fingers. It rides a current of air into your nostril, swirling through the convoluted nasal passages a journey designed to warm, humidify, and filter the air, but also to deliver this chemical message. The molecule dissolves in the mucus layer, drifts by chance, and fits like a key into a ligand, a specific receptor on the cilia of one of your olfactory neurons. This fit is everything. There are about 400 different types of these receptor logs in humans. Dogs have over 1,000. The specific receptor that the lemon molecule activates determines the signal that is sent. For when the key turns the lock, it triggers an electrical impulse. This impulse travels along the axon of that single neuron, through a tiny hole in the bone of the skull, and arrives at a pair of olive-sized structures called the olfactory bulbs. Here is where the magic happens, where smell becomes feeling. In every other sense, sight, sound, touch, sensory information makes a pit stop in a brain region called the thalamus. The thalamus acts as a switchboard, routing data to the appropriate processing centers in the cortex for analysis. What is this shape? What is this frequency? It is a rational, filtering step, but the olfactory bulbs have a direct, private line. They are physically extensions of the brain itself, and they are wired directly into two ancient, powerful neighbors, the amygdala, the seat of emotional processing, and the hippocampus, the library of personal memory. So that electrical signal from the orange peel molecule does not first ask, "What is this?" It announces, "I remember this, and this feels like happiness." The rational, identifying part, "Ah, that's an orange," comes later from a different part of the cortex. But the first, most powerful wave is pure, unmediated emotion and memory. This is why a scent can ambush you with feeling. It walks in through the back door of your mind before the conscious bouncer has a chance to ask for ID. Your sense of smell is a direct hotline to your childhood, to your deepest joys, to your most poignant losses. It is the sense most intimately tied to who you are. As you lie there, breathing gently, consider the quiet, miraculous process happening with every inhalation. You are not just oxygenating your blood, you are sampling the invisible chemical poetry of your environment. You are receiving silent, emotional telegrams from the world. With your next breath in, imagine you can see those tiny, colorful molecules like microscopic fireflies drifting in through your nose. Some are green and herbal from a plant in the room. Some are warm and amber from the wood of your bed frame. Some are cool and blue from the clean night air outside the window. They are all messengers, okay? And they are all speaking directly to the emotional core of you. Breathe in and receive the messages. Breathe out, let the meanings settle gently without needing to be translated into words. You are in a silent, constant conversation with the atmosphere. Because smell is the sense of memory, it is also the sense of place, home. Throughout human history, long before we had addresses or maps, we navigated and understood our world by its sense signature. We still do, if we pay attention. Imagine the olfactory landscape of our ancestors. Not a list of perfumes, but a rich, layered text of survival information. The smoke of a hearth fire, the scent of community, safety, warmth, and cooked food, a beacon in the dark. The petrichor, that sweet, dusty, profoundly comforting smell of rain on dry earth, It is caused by oils released by plants during dry periods in a compound called geosmin produced by soil bacteria. To a farmer, it was the smell of hope, of life returning. To all of us, it is a deep, primal relief. The decaying leaves of a forest floor, the smell of the cycle of life, of mushrooms and damp soil, of hidden growth, the salt and ozone of the sea, the smell of vastness, of travel, of mystery, and of iodine-rich nourishment, the musk of animal fur and tanned leather, the smells of partnership, of tools, of warmth in winter. These were not abstract smells. They were chapters in the book of a life. They told you where you were, what season it was, what was happening, and how you should feel. This deep connection is why certain smells are universally, almost instinctively, soothing. They are the smells of a safe, nurturing environment. Let us visit a few rooms in this universal museum of comfort. The kitchen corner, baking bread, the smell of yeast, of caramelizing sugars, of warm wheat. The smell of transformation, of patience, rewarded, of shared sustenance. It speaks of a full stomach and a warm home. Vanilla, not the sharp alcoholic extract, but the deep, sweet, creamy scent of a vanilla pod. It is a warm, enveloping, utterly benign smell. Scientifically, vanilla contains compounds that are remarkably non-irritating and subtly calming to the nervous system. Cinnamon and clove, the spices of hearth and holiday. They are warming, stimulating in a gentle way, and deeply associated with celebration, gathering, and sweetness. The clean linen room. Sun-dried cotton, the smell of ultraviolet light and fresh air, literally baking into fabric. It is the smell of purity, of effort, of things being made right. Teas, it is the scent of order and care. Soap, simple, clean, herbal, or soapy smells like lavender, rosemary, or plain Castile soap. They signal cleanliness, the removal of thread, a fresh start. The garden room. Lavender, the classic scent of calm. Its molecules, like lanolin, have demonstrated sedative and anxiolytic effects. It is the smell of a sunny, buzzing, peaceful place. Fresh-cut grass, green leaf volatiles. To us, it's a pleasant, summery smell. To a plant, it's a distress signal. But for us, it is tied to leisure, to weekend mornings, to childhood play. The forest, a complex bouquet of pine, resin, pinyon, damp earth, geosmin, and decaying wood. It is the smell of quiet, of ancient things, of an ecosystem that thrives without any need for you. It is humbling and peaceful. The archive, old books and paper, the smell of lignin in paper breaking down. Releasing vanillin, the same compound in vanilla beans and other notes. It is the smell of time, of knowledge at rest, of quiet stories waiting. It is the scent of gentle decay that holds wisdom. Wood smoke, not the harsh smoke of a fire, but the distant, sweet scent of a wood-burning fireplace on a cold night. It is the smell of hearth, of shelter, of humans gathered against the dark. Each of these scents is a key, not to a fact, but to a state of being. They are shortcuts to feelings of safety, contentment, nourishment, and peace. Now, think of your own personal catalog. The smell of a specific person's perfume or shampoo, the smell of your first car, the smell of your childhood home's attic or basement, the smell of a favorite food cooking in a grandparent's house. These are your private emotional landmarks. Your olfactory autobiography. As you breathe in the quiet dark of your room, see if you can invite one of these comforting scent memories to visit you. Don't force it, just ask. Perhaps it's the smell of a favorite blanket from long ago, or the particular soap a loved one used. Let the memory of the smell bring with it the feeling of that time and place, the feeling of being safe, loved, and at ease. Your nose is not just an organ. It is a librarian of your emotional life. And it is always open, waiting for you to check out a volume of peace. Breathe in and request a memory of comfort. Breathe out and feel the emotional residue of that scent settled around you like a soft, invisible blanket. You are surrounded by invisible guardians of your own well-being. The power of scent to influence mind and spirit has been understood intuitively for millennia, long before neuroscience. This history is a story of humans trying to bottle the intangible, to use smell as a bridge to the divine, to health, and to each other. In ancient Egypt, temple priests burned kefi, a complex incense of honey, wine, raisins, myrrh, frankincense, and numerous herbs and roots. Its smoke was believed to carry prayers to the gods, to purify spaces, and to induce tranquil sleep. Recipes for kefi were sacred, recorded on temple walls. It was medicine, perfume, and sacrament in one. In the great temples of Jerusalem, the Holy of Holies was filled with the smoke of sacred incense, a symbol of God's presence and a barrier of mystery. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the offering of incense agarbati is a fundamental act of worship. Its sweet smoke representing the transformation of the material into the spiritual, and the purification of the atmosphere for meditation. The ancient Greeks and Romans used scent profusely in perfumes, at banquets, in public baths. They understood its connection to allure and status, but they also had a practical side. During plagues, doctors would carry pomanders, balls of aromatic herbs and spices like cloves, cinnamon, and rosemary, or wear beaked masks stuffed with these herbs, believing the miasma, bad air causing the plague, could be counteracted by good, strong smells. While the germ theory was wrong, the antiseptic properties of some of those herbs may have offered them slight, real protection. This belief in aromatic protection evolved into the language of flowers in the Victorian era florography. In a restrained society, complex messages of love, friendship, warning, and remembrance were sent via bouquets. Lavender meant devotion. Rosemary was for remembrance. Basil could signify hatred. A garden was a silent conversation. Meanwhile, the pursuit of scent as pure pleasure in art gave birth to perfumery. The town of Grasse in France became the world's perfume capital, processing millions of roses, jasmine, and lavender blossoms. The perfumer, or nose, became an artist of the invisible, working with notes. Top notes, the first, bright impression. Heart notes, the core character. And base notes, the deep, lasting foundation. A great perfume is a story told to the limbic system, a narrative of emotion without words. And then there is the science of aromatology and aromatherapy. While sometimes veering into pseudoscience, at its core is an observable truth. Certain smells do affect mood and physiology because of that direct brain connection. The calming effect of lavender is well documented in studies. Peppermint can increase alertness. The smell of lemon is often found to be uplifting. This isn't magic. It's chemistry talking to neurology. Our modern world, however, has become both scent-saturated and scent-deafened. We are assaulted by artificial fragrances and cleaning products, air fresheners, and cheap perfumes, soft and harsh, linear chemical cocktails designed to mask odors rather than communicate. We have, in many ways, polluted our olfactory landscape and lost our sensitivity to its subtler dialects. But the old pathways remain. The direct line to memory and emotion is still open, and we can choose to cultivate it. We can choose to create an olfactory environment of peace, just as we might dim lights or play soft music. Think of your bedroom now. It is not just a visual space, it is an olfactory sanctuary. Smells here should signal one thing, above all: rest. Not excitement, not cleaning, not alertness. Rest. This is why simple, clean, soft, and slightly sweet or woody scents are so conducive to sleep. They are the smells of a cave, of a nest, of a place where nothing is demanded of you. You have the power to curate this invisible atmosphere. It might be as simple as ensuring clean sheets, airing out the room, or placing a sachet of dried lavender or cedar in a drawer. It is a gentle, nonverbal way of telling your brain every time you inhale, you are safe here. This is a place for letting go. As you lie in your own sanctuary now, practice being the curator of your own scentscape. With each inhalation, consciously appreciate the elements that promote peace: the clean cotton, the faint, reassuring dust, the stillness of the air itself. If there is an unpleasant scent, acknowledge it without judgment, and then let your focus return to a neutral or pleasant one. Your breath is the brush with which you paint your inner atmosphere, and your nose is the art critic, feeling the results in your very soul. Breathe in and curate the air for peace. Breathe out and release any scent of hurry, of worry, of the day. You are preparing the invisible room for the guest of honor, deep, restorative sleep. We have wandered through the science, the history, the universal comforts, and the personal power of scent. Now, it is time to synthesize this knowledge into a practice. A gentle, guided journey that uses the power of olfactory memory to build a fortress of calm so palpable you can almost smell it. We are going to construct, in our minds, a scent sanctuary, a place made not of walls, but of memories of safety, composed entirely of comforting smells. Make yourself comfortable. Let your body be heavy. Let your breathing settle into its own natural, slow rhythm. We are going to visit a series of imaginary rooms. You don't need to visualize them in sharp detail. Just allow the feeling of the scent to evoke a sense of place. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the description of the smell. Room 1, the porch of sun-warmed wood. Close your eyes. Imagine you are sitting on a wide, old wooden porch, perhaps at a cabin or an old family home. The afternoon sun has been beating down on the planks all day. Breathe in. Can you smell it? It's the rich, sweet, vanilla scent of sun-baked pine or cedar wood. It's a dry, warm, honey-like aroma. It smells of patience, of stillness, of accumulated sunlight. There is no varnish or paint, just pure, warm wood. Sit with this scent for a moment. Feel the imaginary sun on your skin, the solidity of the wood beneath you. Okay, this scent is the foundation of your sanctuary, stable, warm, and simple. Room 2, the library of gentle decay. Now, from the porch, you step inside through a heavy oak door. You are in a small, private library. It's cool and quiet. The walls are lined with old books, their leather and cloth bindings soft with age. You walk to a shelf and pull down a volume. You bring it to your nose and breathe in deeply. Smell of old paper and leather. It's dusty, sweet, slightly mushroomy, with a hint of vanilla and a tang of slow oxidation. It is the smell of time passing peacefully, of stories at rest, of wisdom that doesn't demand to be read right now, but is simply there, waiting. This scent brings quietness to the mind. A hush. Stay here, breathing the quiet, scholarly peace. Room 3, the linen closet of order. You leave the library and walk down a cool, tiled hallway. You open a white door. Inside is a deep closet, shelves stacked with freshly laundered linens. They were washed with a simple, unscented soap and hung too dry in a sunny, breezy meadow. You bury your face in a stack of pillowcases. The scent is of sun-dried cotton and fresh air. It is utterly clean, but not sterile. It carries a whisper of sunlight and grass. It is the smell of care, of order, of things being put right. It's the scent of a fresh start, of a clean slate. Breathe in this pure, innocent smell. Feel its simplicity cleanse your mental palate. Room 4, the kitchen of nourishment. Walking further, you sense a gentle, sweet warmth. You enter a cozy kitchen. It's on a worn wooden table. Someone has just taken a loaf of bread from the oven. It rests there, golden brown, steaming slightly. You lean close. The smell is yeasty, weedy, with caramelized sugars and a profound, wholesome warmth. Next to it, a pot of vanilla custard cools, its scent creamy, sweet, and deeply comforting. These are not smells of hunger, but of sufficiency, of being fed, cared for, nourished on every level. Breathe in this atmosphere of gentle abundance. There is no lack here. Room 5, the window after rain. You feel a cool, clean breeze and follow it to an open window. A summer thunderstorm has just passed. You lean on the sill and breathe in the air, the scent of petrichor rain on dry earth. It's damp, mineral, slightly sweet, with a green freshness from washed leaves. It is the smell of the world being washed clean, of tension released, of a cool new beginning. This scent brings a deep, cellular relief. Breathe it in. Feel it cool your mind, washing away any lingering dust of the day. Now, step back from the window. You are in the center of your sanctuary, and all these scents mingle gently in the air around you. The warm wood, the old paper, the clean linen, the wholesome bread, the rain-cooled air. They do not clash. They blend into a single, harmonious atmosphere, the scent of perfect peace. This atmosphere is not outside you. It is within you. You have constructed it from your own memory and imagination. It is your personal, portable, olfactory cocoon. Sink down into a comfortable chair in the center of this imagined place. Let the blended scent of peace surround you. With every inhale, draw this custom-made, comforting atmosphere into your lungs, and feel it travel directly to your amygdala, whispering, "All is well. All is well. All is well." Your breathing has slowed. Your heart rate has eased. The invisible molecules of your own memory have done their work. They have guided you to the psychological state those real smells always evoked: safety, stillness, and deep contentment. There is nothing more to do, no more rooms to visit, no more scents to identify. You are home, in the sanctuary built by your own nose, for your own soul. Now, let the images fade, let the specific memories drift away, but hold on to the feeling of peace, of safety, of being nestled in an invisible blanket of comforting scent. That feeling is the true destination, and it is already inside you. Breathe in the feeling of peace. Breathe out everything else. The story is told. The science is shared. The memories have been visited. Now we move beyond words. We move into the realm of pure sensation, of the silent language we have spent all evening learning to hear. Your body is ready for sleep. Your mind is quieted. Your emotional self is swaddled in the memories of comfort you have chosen to recall. Now, we will do one final simple thing. We'll breathe in time with the remembrance of scent. I will name a series of comforting scent ideas. You don't need to picture them vividly. So let the word itself be a capsule that releases its emotional essence into your mind. With each inhale, think the word. With each exhale, release into the feeling it brings. Ready? Inhale, wood smoke. Pause for listener's breath. Exhale, into warmth and shelter. Inhale, lavender. Exhale, into calm and stillness. Inhale, old books. Exhale, into quiet and timelessness. Inhale, rain. Exhale, into cleanness and renewal. Inhale, fresh bread. Exhale, into nourishment and sufficiency. Inhale, your own pillow. Exhale, into home. Kia, into your unique personal safety. Now, let the words go. Breathe the feelings. Warmth, calm, quiet, renewal, nourishment, home. These are no longer smells. They are the atmosphere of your soul as you approach sleep. Feel yourself floating in this atmosphere. It holds you up. It's your element. Your eyelids are heavy. Your limbs are made of this warm, scented air. You are dissolving into your own sanctuary, becoming one with the peace you have built. There is no separation between you and the comfort. You are the safe place. You are the calm. You are the quiet. The last conscious thought is a grateful recognition of the silent, invisible sense that brought you here. A final, gentle acknowledgement of the nose, the humble, faithful guide that knows the way to your heart's deepest memories of peace. Now, just breathe and sleep in the arms of your own remembered comfort.